Welcome, everyone, to Train Tuesday. I'm your host, Jim Wiggins. So glad that you could join us here. We're going to be talking about Athearn HO and N scale Ice Bunker Reefers. I want to thank you for joining us. This is a pre-recorded broadcast. I am on the road. I am actually getting ready for this week's St. Louis RPM meet in Collinsville, Illinois. If you get a chance, check that show out. Stop by the booth and say hi. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. But what I want to really talk to you tonight about is these Athearn HO, and we will talk about N scale as well, Athearn Ice Bunker Reefers. Now, you have until Friday the 28th, that's just a few days away, to pre-order these and get those orders locked in. Now, a reefer is a refrigerated boxcar. It's designed to carry perishable freight such as dairy, meat, and vegetables at specific temperatures. For most of the 19th century, natural ice harvested from ponds and lakes was used to supply refrigerator cars. Refrigerator cars required effective insulation to protect their contents from the temperature extremes. The last ice bunker reefers were built in 1957, with the last ice-cooled reefers retired in 1971. We're actually going to have an example of that tonight. We'll talk about that in a moment as well. So here is what we are offering this month for pre-orders. We've got some different types of reefers here for you, but primarily if you're a modeler of the 1940s to the 1950s, you're going to be interested in these reefers. Also, I want to give you a sneak peek as to what's going to be coming on Friday the 28th. With the August announcements, there's going to be something steam related that will go really well with these reefers. So you may want to stock up and pre-order these now. Now, first up, I have the Santa Fe Revenue Service version. This is car number 37293 as it appeared from the 1940s to the 1950s. We'll also be offering two additional cars with different road numbers. Cars number 37304 and 37324. We've also are offering the Santa Fe Maintenance Away version, also as it appeared in the 1940s to the 1950s, slightly different from what we've done in the past. This car, 181-505, is also joined with two cars, 188-530, as well as 188-558. Now, the Railway Express Agency, no stranger to the reefers. This is 6526, and again, this paint scheme is largely based on cars that were prominent in the 1940s throughout the 1950s. We are offering two additional road numbers for this car, REA number 6540, as well as REA 6553. Now, remember I said earlier in the program that the last of these cars were used up until about 1971. And this next car there at the top of your screen, that is definitely one of the last of these Ice Bunker Reefers. This is Western Fruit Express car number 705-347 as it appeared in 1971. Definitely the last of these Ice Bunker Reefers with a then new logo for the Burlington Northern. We're offering two additional road numbers for this car, 705-360, as well as 705-372. Going back to the 1940s and into the 1950s, we have Wilson car number 5080. It will be accompanied by two additional road numbers, 5084 and 5105. And at the bottom of your screen, you'll see the Fruit Growers Express. Now, this one here being lettered for Pennsylvania Railroad, its car number is 1816. This, again, is the late 1940s into the 1950s. We're also offering two additional roads as well as road numbers. We're offering Norfolk and Western 4107 and Atlantic Coastline 3252. Now, the features on these cars, they're really packed with detail. The separately applied end tack boards and door latch bars are included. Photo-etched brake platform includes molded and wire-form grab irons, stirrup steps, and recessed ladders. Of course, these will include the McHenry operating scale knuckle couplers, and they will have positionable Santa Fe-style reversed ice hatches with etched hatch stops. Of course, they will all include precision machined metal wheels with the RP25 contours. They are highly detailed, ready to go out of the box. Really, the only thing you need to do is add the weathering of your subtlety, and they are weighted for optimum performance. Now, the minimum radius that these cars will navigate is an 18-inch radius. So that is pretty much any home layout, club layout, or modular setup. These cars will navigate without any issues. MSRP on these cars is $37.99. However, contact your dealer for your price. That is the MSRP that we're advertising, $37.99. And again, you have until the end of the day, Friday the 28th of July, to place your pre-orders. Now, N-Scale guys, don't worry, we haven't forgotten you. I've got something here to show you as well. Here is an N-Scale Ice Bunker Reefer we offered a former run a few years back. You can see how detailed these are in N-Scale. We're going to talk about the features here in a little bit, but the good news for you is if you liked what we were offering in the HO scale and you just wanted an N-Scale, well, you're in luck. That's exactly what we did. I'll briefly go through the N-Scale cars, but they're pretty much the same as the HO, same road names and same road numbers. But just so you know, here we're offering the Santa Fe revenue version, like you see at the top of your screen. That will be available in 3 different road numbers. Likewise, the maintenance away car that you see in the middle of your screen, the silver car, that too will be offered in 3 different road numbers. And the REA cars will also be available in 3 different road numbers. Likewise, that Burlington Northern version, the 1971, probably going to be the newest out of the bunch. We did offer that in N-Scale as well. You also have 3 different road numbers to choose from. And for those still wanting to stay in the 40s and 1950s, we have the Wilson with 3 different road numbers, as well as the Fruit Growers Express. And like the HO, you have the option of seeing the Pennsylvania Railroad one that you see here, as well as the Norfolk and Western 4107 and Atlantic Coastline 3252. Now, the N-Scale cars are packed with features as well. Some of those features include screw-mounted trucks for accurate tracking. That's much better than the pin design that a lot of N-Scale manufacturers use. Santa Fe style reversed ice hatches, separate brake rigging. That's something that's really kind of neat in N-Scale, especially on an Athearn model. These are highly detailed. They have an injection molded body. They're ready to run right out of the box again, like the HO scale counterparts, a little weathering up to your satisfaction. And the minimum radius on these is 9 3/4. That means anybody out there that's in an N scale and they are in T-Track, N-Track, Fremo, a small home layout, or a large club layout, these cars will navigate a 9 3/4 inch radius. No issues there at all. Now, the MSRP on these is $34.99. Contact your dealer for your price. MSRP is what we advertise. So, like I said, talk to your dealer for your price. And you have until Friday, end of the Friday, the 28th, which is only a few days away. So be sure if you want to add these to your fleet, remember, we are adding something in August that is going to be beneficial to having these cars in your fleet. Now, like I said earlier, this is a pre-recorded broadcast. I am on the road. A lot of the Athearn crew is on the road. There's a lot going on this summer, and we want you to be aware of it. Now, Athearn will be hitting the road this summer. First stop is later this week. I'll be attending the St. Louis RPM meet in Collinsville, Illinois on Friday the 28th and Saturday the 29th. Stop by the booth, say hi, and see the items on display, as well as pick up an exclusive Athearn sticker. Now, I'm going to be giving away 50 of these Athearn St. Louis RPM exclusive stickers. They're limited edition. There's only 50 being made. So the first 50 folks that show up at the booth will be one of the lucky ones to get the sticker. I only made 50, so when they run out, they run out. I didn't make 51 or 52. I made 50. So kind of a fun little thing that we started doing here at Athearn. We'll have some other surprises at the booth as well. So by all means, stop by the booth. You can see more information about the St. Louis RPM by going to their website. Do a quick search on the internet for St. Louis RPM meet, and it's coming right up in just a few days. Now, later, Mark Williams and I will be at the National Train Show in Grapevine, Texas. We'll be there starting Friday, August 25th through Sunday, August 27th. Stop on by and see the new items that will be in stock, as well as some other surprises. And there will be some surprises. Now, another thing I wanted to show you too, if you don't know this by now, you probably that behind me is the new MP15s. This is the Athearn Genesis MP15 ACs, and they are in stock now. However, they are selling quickly. So if you did not pre-order one of these and you still want to grab one of these, you're definitely going to want to contact your dealer. And while you're at it, contact your dealer for the pre-order of the next run of MP15 ACs. Those pre-orders, of course, when do they end? The 28th. Now, remember, product development updated these MP15s to include Tsunami 2 sound. They're going to have sugar cube speakers, new lighting effects such as ground lights and ditch lights as appropriate to the prototype, as well as a new drive. So these perform absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this switcher that I've got here. It's perfect for the little layout that I've been building this past summer. And the sound on these is phenomenal. And I can tell you that from the factory, the sound is extremely loud. So if you've got a small layout room like I do, you're going to want to adjust that sound a little bit. But we brought these to Nebraska. A couple of lucky winners while we were on the road won one of these MP15 ACs. They are selling out quick, so contact your dealer for that. And like I said, go ahead and pre-order your next run of MP15 ACs before the 28th. Speaking of the 28th, believe it or not, it's time for new announcements. Coming up this Friday, the 28th at 3:30 Central Time, we're going to be talking August announcements. Like I said, we've got some surprises for you. I know a lot of you guys like it when I give you a hint. Well, I'm going to give you a big hint this month. Steam guys, take notice. You're not going to want to miss that episode. That is going to drop into YouTube this Friday, the 28th at 3:30 Central. So by all means, check it out. If you can't watch it live, you can definitely watch it on YouTube later. While you're at the YouTube channel, if you like what you see there, please do us a favor by liking and subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell. That way you know every time a new video drops into our YouTube channel. That's all I've got for you today. So glad you could join me. If I don't see you in St. Louis this weekend, I want everybody out there to be happy, be safe, do some good modeling, and above all, high greens, everyone. Take care and see you at the next show.